to give you a very, very short summary really of the digital workflow, and let's explain that really. Things have changed a lot over the years, and design to production is now very much a digital process. Even when artwork is prepared by hand, you have to scan it, we have to pop designs into repeats, make sure those repeats are acutely accurate really. 1 pixel is a fail. Then we have to move on to separation and colouring, which are all critical for good printing and pre-press artwork. And then of course, once those files are created, they then have to be ripped over to digital machinery, or often even now engraved digitally for analogue printing. The other industry trend I think moving forward is print on demand. So we're kind of designing on demand, aren't we? We're printing on demand. We want everything to be customised. But print only happens when the product is ordered across all markets, whether that's fashion or interiors. And we come back to the same thing again, don't we? Bad files create waste, and waste production is unsustainable. Now, as production speeds up, it's never been more important to create print perfect artwork. So we have to be very, we have to have great standards, don't we? And we have to live up to those, and we have to make sure that we strive for excellence all of the time. And in a print demand world, that is just so important as the supply chain becomes so much more digitized. Now, when I say print on demand, I mean small orders, 1 meter, 2 meters, 3 meters, but print on demand is also, a technology that we call single pass, which is high speed industrial printing, which is running at, up to 1,000 meters an hour. It's incredibly fast speeds of production, and if the artwork isn't correct, you're creating waste, and all the great benefits of digital are lost. So when creating artwork, which is especially relevant for freelancers, you also don't know how your design file is going to be used, so you must make sure that you create your files at a very high resolution and never compromise on quality. For designers working in production, of course, in that production environment, you will know which of your company's profiles and colour data, etc., you have to embed into your files. But all of this is absolutely critical for print-on-demand technology, and there are lots and lots of innovations going on in this field of file format as well, and controlling data and embedding data into files so that we become much more transparent in the way that we create and the way that we manufacture. We all need instant access to information, and we can't be emailing or ringing or quoting or checking things backwards and forwards when we're running at high speed. There just is no efficiency in that. So we have to all move forward to creating the right products, the right artwork formats for the marketplace, with everything embedded and a sealed physical document, really. That really is how manufacturing has to move throughout the supply chain as we move forward. So let's have a little chat, a little talk about the textile marketplace, and let's maybe explore that. So digital technologies are now firmly established as a huge part of the future of print, alongside analogue production. Digital application has spawned a myriad of new applications, from fashion to interiors, carpets and flooring, art and beyond. No surface is safe from digital production. We really can pretty much print onto anything these days. And to give you an indication of the size and the scale of the market, let's look at fashion. The fashion marketplace alone is currently valued at $1.4 trillion, which is big, but it's about to get a whole lot bigger. And over the next few years, moving through to the next 10 years, they predict that the fashion marketplace will actually rise to $3.3 trillion. Now that's retail, but that's a huge marketplace. And I think, how we manufacture has never before been so important across interiors and printed applications. It's the same story. And as our industry grows alongside increased global population, we are going to be printing more and not less. So the application of digital technologies is absolutely critical as new applications and new technologies evolve. Now, we touched on this before, but technologies are evolving in all areas of print. We are only just at the start of a journey to a new digital future for our industry. And if you were to look at the slice of digital machinery that's out there that's currently printing in the marketplace, we are 6 to 8% of the market is using digital. And that sounds quite small, doesn't it really? And yet, last year we printed 3 billion meters using digital technologies. That figure is going to rise astronomically as we now look at industries reshoring directly as a cost of COVID, really, as a benefit in many ways of COVID, and also as the marketplace moves to print on demand. So I don't think analog's going to disappear. There's always going to be a place for analog, but we are definitely democratizing the print space, and you're going to see lots of new technologies. Now, the pace of industrial adoption is also growing, as is the speed with which machines can print. Now, when I first started digitally printing, I think we were at 1 or 2 meters an hour. It was quite painful to watch, to be honest, but then it was revolutionary, it was fantastic, and it was so exciting. But now we're at 1,000 meters an hour. That's incredible, isn't it? It's increased so much, and now we will see massive adoption across the mass production marketplace for industrial textiles. So as an industry, we're going to be printing more, not less, and that's great news for the design industry, as we need design diversity to feed the supply chain. But is it good news for the environment? Now, I'm going to finish here on sustainability, because sustainability and responsible production is so important, so important. Digital technologies are sustainable, and looking at most digital print systems, they are waterless, saving billions of litres of water per year. Now, as we gradually connect the supply chain using smart technologies, and by that I mean CAD/CAM, designing prototypes using CAD will help reduce sampling, generating production files electronically with embedded data, reducing waste by removing human error. Those are just a few examples of what we're going to be doing in the industry as we become increasingly digitised, and there are many more. So, ink technologies, for example, have also innovated over the years with a number of benefits for production and the planet. We now see ever faster print speeds as a direct benefit of those innovations in inks. But I'll say it again, that poor design creates waste, and 1,000 meters an hour, a bad design, is unsustainable and irresponsible, really, isn't it? So we touched on print on demand using digital, which now allows all industries to reduce stock using high-speed technology, creating an efficient supply chain. We're really moving here towards sustainable, responsible production. And the benefits are significant across all markets. And how we manufacture for the future is set for seismic change. We're moving to a circular design model. We have to become more responsible, and as a community, both as designers and manufacturers. And as designers, we have to rethink and redesign the products we create using sustainable materials and responsible sourcing routes. We need to choose components and manufacturing partners wisely, as we often define the materials and processes used. Therefore, we set the product's future impact on the environment. I started with designers are powerful. You really are incredibly powerful. So think about the beginning and the end of a product's life and start thinking, that's my top tip, would be start thinking circular, most definitely. We're at a pivotal moment in time. Digital is the future, and the skills you learn now will enhance your career and the planet's future. Cumulatively, we can all make a huge impact. So I encourage you to soak up as much knowledge as possible and enjoy your journey in the wonderful world of print. And thank you for listening, and enjoy your careers. Thank you.